Hey, and welcome back to another episode of Raw Thoughts with your boy, Dre Samp. As you can tell, I am in a different location of my crib because light. I'm trying to just find the most natural lit spots. And I think this is the spot, so now I just have to work on my background and however that's turning out. But hope you're doing well. Yes, if you are a big fan of the show, might have realized I didn't post past day or two. And that is because I've kind of figured out what I want to do big picture. So I guess let me break it down. So I'm standing up right now. I like it because I'm more active, but now I do kind of want to sit, but I know that it's better to stand and just the energy. And yeah, the background, now that I look at it, it's clean, right? Because you only have this area right here back there, but that's almost interesting. And if we did, we could open it like that. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. TV's slightly distracting, but it's not the worst. Yeah, I like this. This might be the best location for the camera. And I'm sitting here in the morning and my room is dark because the sun is rising. It's coming up from over there. My room's on the other end, so that's all dark. Let me check my bathroom real quick. Bathroom's got some light coming into it, but this has definitely got more natural light. So yeah, I think this is the best place to shoot. And bathroom has a horrible background, so this is gonna be where the setup is. But to take you back why I kind of stopped doing the daily vlogs, I was doing the vlogs because one, I wanted to start creating content, and the more I started to create, the more I started to research, and the more I started to understand what a niche is. And there's two sides of thought. Gary Vee, the guy that got me into all this, was like, your niche is you, right? You are your niche. Focus on your interests and display them to the world. The other side aspect of that on YouTube creators are saying, pick a niche, select a niche down, get even more specific, and then just make content for that niche. And that's how your channel will grow at a specificity, because your viewers know what you're going to deliver. They know what to expect. And Gary says, sell yourself. Because if you just sell your brand, yeah. So that was an interesting thing for me. And also, I was doing comedy, so I got that, had that viral TikTok video. Not a big deal, but it was something that I had been working on, or that I've been part of just aware of TikTok and posting on TikTok since 2019 of last year. Right. But I knew about the potential, 2018. And so to finally get on it, trying to be a comedian, trying to create content, and then, but also it's just that Gary Vee idea of document, don't create, which is what got me vlogging in the first place, right? And so document, don't create. And I was like, all right, I could document comedy, I could vlog, but right now with quarantine, I obviously can't do that. And so it's like, what value can I give you guys, right? And comedians' value is laughter, right? They make you laugh, you like them, you want to watch them laugh, or you want to watch them and they make you laugh, you feel happy, right? Because of that. Where am I going with this? I need to eat breakfast in the morning, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah. So basically, I've been trying to focus on. I kind of have no idea what I'm talking about, but my Gary Vee document to create, and so I was thinking about comedy, and I was making these, trying to blow up on TikTok via comedy. I wasn't getting satisfaction out of it, right? It wasn't giving me joy. It felt like a grind. It felt like I was always just copying other. It's not my brand of humor. That's the thing. I felt like I was trying to get followers, but not really trying to. It's not my style. It's not my style of like, oh, I'm gonna put emojis here and memes and all this shit. It's actually what's happening. It's a new way. It's a new way of comedy. It's how comedy is changing, and it's going into that direction of comedy on your phones, right? Comedy through memes and through media, and not going out to the comedy club or the comedy theater, right? So, I keep on losing my place. I didn't have dinner. Yeah, I think I need to eat more. So, comedy. I was like, I don't know how I did that viral video. I got 100 followers, and it's just like, this is dumb, right? I don't feel reward out of this. I don't want to keep on doing this. And really, the final straw was just like, not even the final straw, but like I felt like a dime a dozen, right? I felt like what I was doing on TikTok wasn't spectacular. I wasn't inspired, right? And I know I wasn't inspiring others. And it's just the thing is, there's so many people on this app now, and anyone can say they're a comedian, right? Anyone can press record and make a joke or do a meme or do something or take a screenshot of something and put the right text over it, and it goes viral, right? And that's not me. That's not what I've learned. That's not what I've developed. That's a different brand of comedy, a different type of comedy, a different medium, right? But you take that same kid that got 5 million views on that, and you put them on front of the stage and said, hey kid, make this room laugh. They can't do that. But arguably they've made 100 times the amount of people in that room laugh in one night. So yeah, comedy that's happening online. And this is like, I was just seeing so many people that are just making content and just getting a bunch of followers. And it's like, what am I doing over here scraping, right? And so it kept on going back to, what value am I adding? What value am I adding? And that was an interesting concept for me, because I think I started to realize the concept of value when it comes to content. Value is, in this respect, is why people would watch you, why they would trade a portion of their lives for what you have to say or what you have to show, right? What am I getting out of it? Every viewer wants to know what they're getting out of it. They don't watch it to help you with your views, unless they like you, unless they've already bought into you, your brand. Yeah, I definitely need to eat before these things because I feel spacey in my brain. This is weird. Yeah, so comedy, I was getting out of so value. What's my value? Making people laugh. Ooh, I need to take a break for real, man. Making people laugh. What value am I offering? And I realized, okay, I'm my value currently on this medium, and what I'm trying to do is I make people laugh, right? But that's not that specific. Eddie Murphy makes people laugh, right? Jerry Feinfeld makes people laugh. Well, yeah. There's a low bar to entry, and then once I saw who was in my niche, or who TikTok thought was similar to me and the content I created. And there were other black dudes in their room just trying to make jokes and do all this stuff, and it was like an eye-opening experience. And they were some had like 5,000, some had 10, 15,000, but they were all like, we were all in the same. I had like 500 followers and 5,000 likes, right? And they had like 500,000 likes. It was like, just to see how much crap of shit I would have to do about my brand of humor. So it was at that moment I was like, all right, well, I can't do just straight up comedy or these dumb skits, sketches, whatever it is. That's not gonna work. That's not my value, or that's not the best way I can add value, and I don't see any longevity in that, right? And I don't see any way to not necessarily monetize it, but like build a business off of it. So kept on going, what's my value? What's my value? And so that was the couple of days of break that I took off to just research what's my value if I could create content, if I could document content, not create content. And it didn't have to be about comedy or making you laugh. Like what can I provide? What do I know a lot about? What can I speak on endlessly? What have I overcome? You know, what's my story? I guess I'll keep on going, but like, I really feel like I screwed up this video. What's my story, right? And I was like, all right, well, I like comedy, right? I like music production. I'm getting interested in real estate. And I was like, maybe I can combine those, or entrepreneurship or somehow. And that's like, comedy, da, 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 da. And I kept on going back to, then I was like, all right, well, if I'm gonna do comedy, right? Or if I'm gonna do comedy differently, I realized that what I was doing, these memes and skits by myself in my house, I wasn't getting anything out of that. I didn't like creating those. I didn't feel funny doing those. I was just kind of trying to do what other people were doing. But I realized the comedians that I liked, that I was following on the app, they were doing something some of them were just doing skits, but some of them were going out, and that's what I pinpointed. They were going out and they were talking to people and essentially having fun or getting comedy through people and through their reactions. One of my favorite examples of this is a guy named Gerald Houston, who's like basically like a social media comedian, but not becoming a comedian. One of his like bits that he does, like these are like real world bits. He's got these first person camera, so you can just see everything he sees while his sunglasses, and he just goes up to people in public and he's this big black dude, and he hugs them, but it's like a fake mistaken identity. So he's like, Cheryl Lewis, my second grade teacher, how you doing? And he gives them a big hug, and they're all like scared, and it cracks me up, right? I was like, how can I do not just like hugging people in public, but how can I do that brand of humor of like comedy with people, you know, reactions? And so I was like, all right, man on the street stuff and vlog stuff, and so I was like, but then still, so I was like, all right, I'll do comedy, I'll do that kind of brand of comedy, but still it's like quarantine, gotta wait to go out. And then I watched an interesting video. It's kind of crazy how TikTok, the algorithm works, but I watched a very interesting video. And the person was talking about why sometimes a lot of people with a large following don't make a lot of money, or it's like your primary goal shouldn't be entertainment. If you're if we're talking about social media apps, right? If your primary goal is to entertain, you're not going to make money, most likely, right? Because entertainment doesn't equal money necessarily, right? But education, the guy was saying this was a breakthrough. Like education equals trust, trust equals influence, influence equals money, right? Once someone trusts you, then they'll buy it from you, or they'll listen to what you say, right? So that was like a big breakthrough for me. It's like, all right, comedy. How can I help people with comedy? And I realized, you know, what do I know about comedy? I tried, and then it's like, comedy. I can't teach comedy, right? I can teach yes and, right? But I can't teach you how to be funny, right? I can't teach that, but I could teach you how to think on your feet, right? I could teach you how to succeed or fail better, right? I could teach you how to be confident being yourself, because these are all things that I learned. And these are like struggles that I had to go through, right? And comedy kind of was like a byproduct or like an aspect of that, like that got me to this place. And so I realized that perhaps my greatest strength, or where I should be focusing my efforts, is not necessarily making people laugh. That while I can do that, and I can continue to do that, I could provide more value and benefit to people instead of making them laugh, which millions of people are doing already on the app, on different things. But I could teach these people what I've learned and in becoming a confident, outgoing, sociable person, because that is something that I learned. And that is something that I remember being in 8th grade and being, reading, from class to class, not having a girlfriend, not having sex all the way through college. And I remember taking actionable steps to becoming this guy. And the interesting thing about it is, like, I'm not talking about being alpha, right? And I'm not necessarily talking about being super confident. What I'm talking about is the ability to talk to anyone, to handle any situation, to feel comfortable being you. That's what I'm talking about, and that's what I do think that I if not have mastered it, I can provide a ton of information there. And like, this is not necessarily like, this can be applied to talking to girls, but this can be applied to your job and work relationships. But really, this is like how to work with people. It's like a modern day Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends in Influence, right? But but more like, how to get the girl, like how to get that promotion, how to get what you want in life by communicating effectively. I can teach you that, right? I can teach you how to be charming. I can teach you how to talk to girls, get over your fear of that. So that was a huge breakthrough for me, because I was like talking to people. Okay, like comedy. I was like the comedy and talking to people. Gerald Houston stuff. And then it's like, oh, how can I educate people? Oh, educate people about talking to them. What did I got? Oh yeah, I got really good at just like talking to anyone. And then what is that whole little thing, right? And I kept on thinking, I was like, all right, so I can teach you how to socialize, how to be sociable, how to be personable. And like, none of that was really vibing with it. And then I was like, oh, I can teach you about social calibration. I thought that was gonna be my thing, social calibration. And I remember first hearing about the concept and it blowing my mind about being able to read the room or adjust based on the person and act accordingly. And I've shifted a little bit, but what I think I want to take my life in this direction is this idea of social intelligence, of interpersonal communication. Yeah, so I'm still working on it, but it's basically like this idea of being able to unlock yourself, right? If you're socially anxious, if you're an introvert, if you're shy, if you're lonely, if you feel like you're getting passed up at work, if you can't talk to the girl or any girl, like, this is like how to get out of your head and start taking actionable steps to becoming the person you want to be. And I love this idea because I do think that I can speak a lot on this, and it incorporates a lot of my interests, because it's game, but not necessarily game. It's like the step before game that you need to nail down to do game. So, like, you have to be able to socially, you have to be calibrated and know what calibration is and be able to calibrate in order to be successful in game. And then, unless then, you're just bum rushing people, and that's, I mean, numbers always work eventually, but so yeah, there was that aspect, and also there's the comedy aspect, and that's why I think I can bring, and this is where I like the two come together, because comedy, thinking on your feet, improv, failing forward. But then there's game, and there's a lot of similarities of like being confident in yourself, and knowing how to communicate your needs and wants. And like putting those two together, I don't see a lot of people doing that. I see guys talking about how to be alpha, right? How to be alpha, and how to like fuck bitches, and like how to date or how to text girls. And there's different people that have like touched on this idea of social intelligence and what you need to do to kind of get what you want from other people. But no one's really going in depth. No one's niching into it. So that's what I think I'm going to, it's like an area that I have a lot of interest in, but also a lot of experience in, and would like to like grow and learn more about. But I do think it's something I can teach people with, and I don't think it would be bullshit either, right? I really do think I could teach people, really do think I could help someone. And now I'm thinking about like 14 to 24-year-old guys. Hell yeah, I could teach them how to talk what they want. I mean, talk to girls, right? So I know how to do that. I know how to be fearless, man. And I think this is very interesting, a different idea between like this idea of alpha and having to be this macho aggressive guy. And what I kind of want to lean towards is this idea of social intelligence. And no, you don't have to be that Arnold Schwarzenegger type to get girls. In that you can actually be alpha when you're confident in yourself and who you are as a person. And alpha isn't body, right? Alpha is a state of mind. And social intelligence is part of that. So very excited for where this is going. But yeah, that's kind of what's happening. Right now I'm kind of researching or like branding, you know, do I want to go with Dre Samp and do I want to be Dre Samp everywhere, or Andre Sampson, right? Or do I want it to be social intelligence, right? So that's I'm curious about all of that, but I'm going to start recording from here. We'll start recording some videos and getting them on TikTok, and hopefully we can get my niche kind of switched up and I can get out of that strictly comedy, that black comedian, you know, 18 to 24-year-old wants to be funny, and get into the algorithm, get into a niche that's like more valuable. Because I'm seeing a lot of people that are like doing not stuff like this, but providing value in some sort of way, teaching some sort of life, not necessarily life skill, but some sort of skill, and the numbers are blowing up. So this is like I think we're in the second wave of, no, maybe even the third wave of TikTok. Or I mean, I would call the first wave Musical.ly, right? And the second wave was when TikTok kind of acquired Musical.ly, and there was like a huge transition year. And now I think we're in kind of the second or third year of what TikTok is as a toddler, it's starting to, like, certain people have been established on the app. Certain things, rules, flows have been established on the app. And like the first generation of stars are there, right? They adopted it first and they became the biggest. I'm not even gonna talk about them. But like now there's like a second generation of, and they all got famous, like they were all kids and teenagers that got like famous for dancing and just hopping on trends, and got millions of followers, which is fine, whatever. But now there's a second generation of like the app is developing itself. And so now, like the second generation of value givers outside of like dancing and following TikTok, it's like, so if you're very interested in photography, now there's a bunch of people teaching photography, and you're gonna get sucked up into that algorithm or things like that. So comedy is ethereal, right? You can't quantify how funny something is, right? All right, I'm kind of getting all over the place. I need to eat. I definitely need dinners before doing morning things. I feel very scattered brain, but that's kind of where I am right now. So yeah, next steps is just start getting some content out on the talk. Ooh, the talk. Hate it. All right, peace.